Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Swagger on with Swagger Gaming, bringing you a first look at the new map in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I played about 15 games so far on Codename Savage and wanted to share 10 of my initial takeaways. There were a lot of loot spawns and a lot of good loot at those spawns. Like, a lot. It felt more loot heavy than the increased AR spawn event they did a few weeks back. I'm not sure if this is because we are on a test server or it is intended to create the quote-unquote more intense gameplay they are talking about. Speaking of more intense, the new map is a quarter the size of the two existing maps. However, they decided to keep the 8x8 grid, meaning every grid point is half the distance you think it is. I'm hoping this is changed, as I can see it getting confusing if you are still forced into using random maps. The landscape is really cool in my opinion. It seems like it is set in Southeast Asia or something similar to that. The terrain itself is much smoother than Miramar, and it feels much better to walk and drive on. There are a huge number of buildings and structures on this map. There are really no wide open areas on the map, as there are small groups of buildings scattered between the larger cities and features. If you can find those open areas, there's a lot of cover for you. Anytime you need to run between villages, there's a large mix of rocks, heavy jungle, and interesting terrain options to keep you safe. It's very hard to tell if someone has looted a group of structures because the doors blend in extremely well with the buildings themselves. You have to be almost right up on the structure to see them properly. Once you've died, they've added a new spectate mode. This is almost exactly like the one in Fortnite. Just be careful, because if you accidentally hit spectate, I couldn't find a way to go back and check the death cam. The circles spawn much quicker, but seem to do the same amount of damage. Even the first circle feels slow because of the shorter distances it needs to cover, meaning you don't really get any of those games where you're just running the entire time. The time between when the circles spawn and start moving was 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 1 minute, and 25 seconds, as opposed to live where you see 5 minutes, 3:20, 2:30, 2, and 1:30. The games don't actually feel much shorter. There's still quite a big lull in the mid-game due to the fact that more people die early on. It is still very possible to drop in the middle of nowhere and see nobody for 20 minutes. We'll have to see how the meta plays out, but looking at the data I took, a top 5 placement is only about 5 minutes shorter than a game on live servers. The BP gain, however, is the same per rank percentage. This means that if you're able to choose which map you want to play, it will be slightly more efficient to farm this map than the other two because of the lower game time. Well, those are my initial thoughts on the new Codename Savage map. I've really enjoyed it so far, but I will continue testing and report back anything else that jumps out at me. If you want to see anything specific or have anything to add, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great one.